Mr. President, Pakistan thanks Algeria for convening this important briefing. We also thank the Special Envoy of the Secretary General for Yemen, Mr. Hans Grundberg, and Assistant Secretary General Joyce Messiah for their valuable updates on Yemen. Pakistan remains deeply concerned about the protracted conflict in Yemen, which has triggered a multi-dimensional crisis, including economic collapse, climate impacts, and one of the worst humanitarian emergencies in modern history. Pakistan strongly believes that conflict in Yemen must be resolved through diplomatic and political means. We urge all parties to prioritize dialogue, engage in a Yemeni-led and Yemeni-owned political process, and resolve differences through peaceful means. We fully support the United Nations and regional efforts, particularly by Saudi Arabia and Oman, to reach a political settlement of the Yemeni conflict based upon agreed frameworks. Pakistan appreciates the significant progress made in December 2023 peace negotiations, which led to vital agreements between the parties to stop hostilities through a nationwide ceasefire, initiate economic revival, resume oil exports, and ensure the payment of public sector salaries. It is crucial to preserve these gains, establish a roadmap, and fully implement commitments to foster sustainable peace. Mr. President, Pakistan is deeply concerned at the airstrikes on Yemen. Israeli airstrikes on Yemen's civilian infrastructure, including Sana'a International Airport, Red Sea ports, and power stations, have caused civilian casualties, further exacerbating the dire humanitarian and political crisis in Yemen. We are also deeply concerned over Houthi attacks on commercial and maritime vessels in the Red Sea, which threaten global trade, regional stability, and the environment. Mr. President, the humanitarian crisis in Yemen remains one of the gravest in the world. Nearly half the population, 17 million people, is facing severe food insecurity, with 3.5 million suffering from acute malnutrition. The impact of climate change, including floods and droughts, further exacerbate the humanitarian crisis, displacing 4.5 million people. Addressing this requires a robust and coordinated international response. We urge donor countries to increase their contributions to the 2025 Humanitarian Response Plan for Yemen. Pakistan expresses deep concern over the detention of United Nations and humanitarian personnel by the Houthis in violation of international humanitarian law. We echo the Secretary General's call for their immediate and unconditional release. Mr. President, the situation in Yemen cannot be viewed in isolation from the broader regional dynamics, including the ongoing Israeli military onslaught in Gaza. The Security Council must remain united and take measures to promote a permanent ceasefire in Gaza and ensure de-escalation in the region. Pakistan reaffirms its commitment to supporting the Special Envoy's efforts to facilitate a Yemeni-led, Yemeni-owned political process under UN auspices. Diplomacy and dialogue remain the only viable paths to achieving lasting peace in Yemen.